no reason to panic on India's slipping savings rate, but certainly something worth watching. Now, one reason why parents like to save is because they want to send their children abroad to study in one of those Ivy League universities, the Harvards, the Yales, the Stanfords, and so many more options out there. But these come at a cost, and most students will want to work afterwards to try and justify that cost. Except over the last 5 years, with the developed economy stuck in a slowdown, jobs are tough to come by, and a lot of students are now rethinking their plans. Add to that a weaker rupee, and that means that a dream of a foreign degree is remaining just that for many, a dream. Nikhil Inamdar has the story.
The dream of a foreign education still alive in modern India. Till the 90s, a foreign education was thought to be the preserve of the rich. But as the Indian middle class prospered in the aftermath of liberalization, more and more students started to leave Indian shores to study in campuses like these, in countries like the US, UK, Australia and Canada. At last count, nearly 2.5 to 3 lakh students were leaving to study abroad every year, a number that has grown at 20% on an average over the last 5 years, with spending on studying abroad hitting a whopping $15 billion.
But slowly the tide is turning. Developed economies are stuck in a deep slowdown and jobs are hard to come by, leaving Indian students to wonder whether it's worthwhile to stretch their resources and spend precious time filling out long application forms like these for a foreign degree.
The dilemma has led to a steep 20% fall in applications to foreign universities this year. Saurabh is one of the many students who's rethinking his plans to go abroad this year. Saurabh wanted to go to the US for an MS degree and follow up with some global work experience. But with the US economy remaining sluggish, getting a good paying job has become difficult, making it tough to justify spending 30 to 35 lakh rupees on a 2-year master's degree.
I was planning to go to the US, but I have shifted my plans to go to Germany instead next year, and I was planning to take a loan for my education, but instead I'll apply for a scholarship and go to Germany.
Applications to the US, which accounts for nearly half the number of students studying abroad, have seen lower growth this year due to the slowdown. But other factors have played a role as well. For instance, the UK recently withdrew its 2-year work-study permit, which has led to a 25% fall in applications to UK universities. In Australia, concerns over instances of alleged racism are deterring students from going down under, leading to a 20 to 25% fall in applications from the peak.
Australian numbers dropped from 55,000 annually in the two major intakes that they have, to as low as 7,000-8,000. Now the trend is picking up, but those students who were going to Australia didn't not go. They went off to Canada, which is experiencing a great growth. Canada has been galloping ahead, maybe 15, 18, 20% growth year on year. New Zealand picked up some, Ireland benefited, Germany, France benefited.
Adding to the woes of students has been the decline in the Indian rupee, which has pushed up the cost of a US education by nearly 25% in the last 1 year alone.
We get a marketing specialty.
Dhwani, for instance, has applied to Ivy League colleges like Harvard and Yale for a medical externship, but says her budget has gone for a toss. The dollar was at 47 rupees when she planned her externship initially. Now it's at 55, which means the cost of her course has shot up by 15%.
When we started applying and planning out things, that time the rupee dollar conversion was 48 or so, and now when it's time for me to apply, it has gone up to 55. So we had shortlisted around 10 universities to apply, but now because of this thing I might just cut down to 6 universities.
But experts feel the slowdown could only be a temporary blip. Despite over 100 private universities having set up shop in the country in the last 5 years, till such time there's a quality gap between foreign and Indian universities, students with means will continue to go overseas.
Long as there is an arbitrage between, the number of top 50 or top 100 institutions that exist, in India and in some of these countries, I think this trend will continue.
But for the moment, at least, looks like many are having to either postpone or completely scrap their plans of going abroad to study. Maybe this is an opportunity for the government to step up the quality of higher education in the country and lure these students in order to avoid the brain drain. In Mumbai, Nikhil Anandar, NDTV Profit.